Well, we're going to have a quick and fast live stream today. I just got up part one of my goat video scenario yesterday. I've got part two that just went up. Thank you for all the views. And then I've also got another video uploading for this evening, but I thought I would drop off a live stream since things are recorded, and I know it may be sideways wonky. I know it's weird. We're just going to go with it. Good afternoon. So listen, hey Potato Head, hey there. Now listen, I'm on the run. So I'm on the run, hun. I don't have the runs, hun. Hey, I'm catching up on sleep finally, okay? So I get to joke a little bit. These days, we get to joke just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to jump into this, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm watching my baby goats play. I'm babysitting. I'm going to say some strong things here, and a couple of you are going to get butt hurt. Okay, so go ahead right now. Follow me. Follow the instruction. Take your hand, left or right, which if you're left-handed or right-handed, take your hand and put it right around and go ahead and rub your booty a little bit, because I'm going to hurt your feelings. I'm going to hurt your booty. You're going to get butt hurt. Okay? I know y'all like that, right? We're going to go butt hurt right now. And I know you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me I'm mean, ugly, nasty, spoiled, condescending, butthole, be-eyed, you know what, of a woman. I'm just going to speak my mind, and if you can't handle that right now, rub your booty and turn this off, because I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. It's going to be good, okay? You do, and I ain't going to use language. Lord, come down and, Lord, help me. Listen to me. I'm going to be strong. I'm just going to say it so strong. You ready? And this is going to only like 2 people on the planet right now, but I'm just going to entertain the rest of you, okay? If you don't live at this address, if you don't pay my bills, if you don't pay my goat feed bills, if you don't raise my kids, cook my dinners, and unload my dishwasher and wash my dirty underwear, then you should know that what I do here at my house and at my farm and for my YouTube channel is what I do, and that's my business. Versus, I'm not coming to your house. I don't have any interest in telling you what to do with your goats, your husband, your children, your pots and pans, your dirty underwear. Okay? I'm not interested in your skid marks. Okay? I'm not. I don't care. Now, let me tell you where I'm going with this, and I know that 99% of you that have made a suggestion or two, your heart's in a good place, but there's 1 or 2 of you that got a little ugly with me, and I'm going to push you back on your heels. See, I don't let people come over and bully me. I'm going to push you back, okay? Patera's catching up on rest and sleep, and she ain't in the mood for women sitting in their recliner bored, not knowing what to do with themselves because Days of Our Lives isn't on NBC anymore, or whatever channel it was on. You don't have anything else to do, so I'm going to push you back, okay? We're going to push you way back. Push them back, way back. Let me say it one more time. If you don't actively live here, and you haven't been here every single minute the last 6+ days of this family's life, you have no idea what all has gone on here, okay? So when I take a baby from a mama, I don't do it because I want to. Believe me when I tell you that if you ever raise a farm, if you ever actually have anything beyond maybe a poodle and a gerbil, you're going to find out really quick that there's a lot of time, money, and energy invested in your farm. And what your goal is the end result is for everybody to make it out alive and healthy. And sometimes you have to do things that inconvenience you, which means when I bred these does and I started having all these goat babies, I was already anticipating I was going to probably have 4 or 5+ babies that I was going to probably bottle feed, because statistically that's how it goes on most farms. Now, some farmers just don't have any interest in having anything to do. If it doesn't make it on its own, to heck with it. And if it dies, it dies. I do know people that have that attitude. If it's not tough stuff enough to make it on its own, they ain't gonna fuss with it. I'm letting it go. That's their business. I don't agree with that, but you know what? I don't find them on social media and tell them what they're doing wrong. I just know it's not my business, even though I know I don't act that way or do that way. If I think there's a problem with a doe, a buck, a baby, a whatever on my farm, guess what? I'm going to do everything in my power that I know to do to try to give it the best chance possible. And if that includes bringing it to my house, which is set on, 68 plus degrees, out of the elements, and that baby's getting fed every 2 to 4 hours around the clock, and we're loving it and raising it, and heck, I've had baby goats even in my own bed before, sleeping, okay? If that's what I feel I need to do, then that's what I'm going to do. If you don't like that, then don't do that. And if you don't like me telling you this, let this be the last time you see my face, because I don't really want to see yours. Okay? So here's the deal. So you have to understand. Now let me explain something. Let me pull myself back. Somebody pour me a martini or something. I don't even drink martinis, but put an extra olive in it. I'll just eat the olives. When you tell me to take the afterbirth from a dead baby goat and put it on the next set, do you know, which you don't know. So you have to understand, if you watch my videos, the last two that I just put up, there's different time stamps on that. I did that on purpose so that you can see. Just like somebody mentioned, and I love her. I love Sandy up in, I believe she's in Ontario. She has all the sheep. She time stamps her videos as she goes, because she may put up a 20, 30-minute video for you or me to watch, which we love. But that may have been filmed over like a 5-day period. So when Katniss, for example, my goat, my first-time mama goat out there, when she had her baby and it was passed, that was the only active baby birth going on at that time. I don't walk around collecting afterbirth and store it in tubs to then put it on the next baby tomorrow. That's disgusting. I will not do that. Okay? Now, if I had goat mamas all having babies within and I did have that during a time period. If you have goat babies, mamas having babies within a very short time period, maybe a couple of hours, and you've got a fresh, you've got, unfortunately, a demise, and then the mom passes you've got the afterbirth at that point, and then now you've got this scenario. I mean, when a mother passes the afterbirth, and she doesn't nibble on it very much, even though you're not even really supposed to let them eat the whole thing. At least I don't. My cows or whatever. If they show an interest in eating that stuff, you pretty much want to let them eat about half, and then you're supposed to collect it. Do you know why? I'm not being a butthole. I'm asking. So the people that are telling me to take old placenta and old afterbirth and rub it on new babies, well, first of all, you have to understand that these births could have been 12, 24, 36, 48 hours apart. So that wasn't applicable in this scenario, because if you go back and watch my videos, those two videos are over like a 5-day period. 5.5-day period, okay? So your suggestion, while good in theory, doesn't apply in all scenarios. That's not me giving up on my mamas and my babies and whatever, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to stand around at 3 o'clock in the morning in 25-degree weather in hopes that I find another afterbirth somewhere to smear on a baby to then let another mama take it. I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to be willing to bet everything that I own you wouldn't either, because the fact that somebody's mad at me because I didn't, or that tells me you don't understand. You live in an apartment and you're probably rude to everybody you know, and you're not in reality, because that's not how it works, and that's not how it's going to go here, okay? So if you don't trust me with my decisions on what I feel, my husband's decisions too, if you don't trust us with how we feel we should handle a scenario at that time, or even if we give it a little bit of time, then you don't need to watch my YouTube channel. Don't take any of my advice, and don't you dare make my biscuit recipes. So this is what I'm saying. 99.9% of you are awesome as always, but I had one woman going off on me, tell me how pathetic I was, and she doesn't even understand my lifetime, the timeline of everything that happened from basically November the 1st to literally last night. Okay? I literally, BB, my smallest does at 8:30 last night, I will make a video on it if I can. I came up here to milk, and I did. Got all my stuff that I needed, and I looked in the stall, and I told James, I said, James, that mama, little BB, little tiny BB, she's a first-time mama. I bottle raised her here at the house. She was shedding all of her yuck and lining and the mucus. And I said, she's going into labor. Do you know that I went and milked a goat in about 7 minutes? Salt, not Laverne, Salt. When I came back, that mama, her name is BB, B-E-B-E, the head of the goat kid was hanging out of her vulva, like this, choked, and was strangling. Okay. Now, you might tell me to do nothing. That's probably what you would do because you think nature's supposed to take care of everything. And I guess in theory it should. I trust the Lord and I know things happen for a reason. But at the same time, I told James, I said, I'm going to watch this for about 10 seconds. And I said, because that baby's head is stuck out of its mama's butt. I'm just going to tell you that way because lame people don't understand any of the technical words. And there's no hoof. And it's strangling right now. So you know what I had to do? I had to have my husband hold the goat, and I had to go inside of the actual goat itself, find the shoulder with my hand. Find the shoulder with my hand. Imagine having a baby, okay? Imagine having a baby right now, and the only thing that's sticking out of your vagina is its head. And the rest of it's not coming out. That's a bad moment for a woman. Well, it's a bad moment for a goat too. So as the goat owner and as a hopeful, decent person and responsible farmer, I felt like I was supposed to intervene. So do you know what I did? I prayed. I think I prayed harder last night than I've prayed all week. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I said, hold her head. I'm going in. I did. I said that. Yellowstone, here I come. And I went in there. First time I wasn't successful. Second time, I was able to find the shoulder and I was able to move it out, causing the rest of the baby to slide forward because the mama, when she would push, and it would suck the baby back in and the baby was strangled and it was bad, okay? I got the baby out. The baby's fine. Mama is fine. No other problems. And that baby is up in the barn right now with the mama suckling on its teats. I didn't take it because I sat there and I watched the mama for 30 minutes and she cleaned it and the baby started to stand up and I said, let's go to the house. I'm going to strain the milk, put the milk in the freezer, set the timer. We'll come back up here and see how it's going. If it's still going good, I'm going to leave the baby with the mama and I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to check the mama and the baby. If I have to take the baby, I'll take the baby. I'll feed it, do whatever I need to do, but I'm not going to just throw it to the wind here. Okay? I don't throw things to the wind. I don't throw my kids to the wind. I don't throw my dirty underwear out in the wind. I don't throw little goat babies out in the wind. If I can help them survive and make it past a hard time just to get them to the point of surviving, I feel that's what the Lord wants me to do. He may not want you to do that. He may want you to just let everything on your farm or in your house die. I don't know what you do. So this is what I'm saying. I'm going off on this one particular person, and y'all are just sitting there listening to it. But I made a decision, and I felt that it was the right decision at the time, and it's turned out awfully doggone good. Okay? So when you see me bottle feeding a baby, I didn't go up there and go, oh, goody, goody. I want my life for the next 3 months to be nothing but bottle feeding babies and my house to be a wreck, and I don't get to go anywhere, and this is all I'm going to do. No farmer ever says that, okay? Just want you to know. But the good ones will do that if it means they have life on their farm, because that's the choices that we make. That's the sacrifices we make as mothers. And I feel that I am a goat mama. So if I am going to, claim to be that, then I'm going to walk it, not just talk it. Okay? Amen? Can I get a hallelujah, praise Jesus, Lord of Lords, King of Kings? I think we're here right now. Thank you. Thank you. And if this made you mad, please leave my channel. I don't need you as a follower. I don't want you as a follower because I don't want buttholes around me any more than I have to have them. I've had so many buttholes in my face the last week. It's a lifetime worth. Okay? So we're going into World War III. You are entering a massive Great Depression. You probably have credit card debt you need to pay for. Don't worry about me bottle feeding babies. Okay? Is there a witness up on that? Okay? Until you are willing to show up at my house and pay my bills and sit up 48 hours straight while you're watching heat lamps and goats go into labor when it's 25 degrees outside, don't tell me what I need to do, and don't be telling no other farmer what they need to be doing. Mind your business. Okay? We got enough buttholes running around right now doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The last thing that you need to be just spouting off at is me bottle raising a goat baby who is warm, who is happy, who is playing, who is healthy, and who is going to probably make the best milking dough in a couple of years you've ever seen. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Bring me the witness. Here's the bottom line. People think animals are machines, and it pisses me off when they think that. People who have never had anything more than a goldfish, when they try to tell people like you or people like me how I need to be doing things around here, when the best that they've ever done was maybe a rabbit that their mother dyed pink and they gave it to them on Easter, and then 2 weeks later they figured out they couldn't take care of it, so then they had to find somebody to take it. I deal with those people. Okay? I deal with them people. Do you know how many phone calls and texts and emails and all kinds of things that I get from people who bit off more than they could chew? They took on a cow. They took on too many chickens. A lady ended a friendship with me because she lived way over in Farragut, Tennessee, and she had this little mini farm, and they kept taking on animals, and then the animals would piss them off, right? They would piss her off. And they just thought they could start dumping animals on me. I finally got to the point and I said, listen, you need to stop. I am not your... Do I look like your animal zoo to you? No, I'm not taking your donkey. You should have never got the donkey. Why did you get the donkey? You couldn't even raise you can't even keep your chickens from dying half the time. And you think you're going to be able to keep up with a donkey? No, it's not my problem. So this is the same people. This is the same people. Okay. Can we talk about the president now? What we say? Well, I mean, come on. So let me tell you what I've got going on right now. Just so if you hate my guts, you can just get riled up with me here too. I've got 2 babies right now that I'm watching. Okay, I had the strangled baby last night. God love it. I've named it Bugsy. She is black and white and brown. She is the most beautiful baby that we've had, and she's making it, and she's nursing. I just went up there, and they're doing fantastic. However, one of my older does has had twins, doelings, and I'm not kidding. I don't know what is going on. I have not changed my goat feed, but I have 2 goats. For whatever reason, their udders are the size of their udder is huge, but the teats, they're the size of like corn cobs, okay? I'm not joking when I tell you that. They are massive. This is the first time I've seen these. It's actually 3 girls that have done this. I don't know what is the milk is incredible, which means I have to milk them. Can you imagine being a goat baby and your mouth is smaller than the size of a small cat, and you're supposed to put a corn cob in your mouth and take the milk? No, that's called not reality. They bang, 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 sniff, 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 go up here, go down there, bang, 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 twirl it around, can't find it, I got to get too low. I mean, these teats on some of these mamas are hanging almost to the ground. I'm not joking. And so, I have an issue with a couple of these babies. They're not latching. It's not that the mother is a piece of crap and has rejected them. I had one that did that, but I have 2 that for whatever reason, I guess the Lord says, Patera, I want you to be milking these two for sure. So that's what I'm doing. But the babies themselves are not actually latching onto the teats themselves. So James is going to be home in about 30 minutes. And I am I have left these babies with the mama, keep checking them to hopefully, and have tried to put them on the teats. They're not taking them. So you know what? Hey, to the lady that thinks I'm pathetic because I took some babies to make sure they don't die, I'm about to take 2 more. That's right. Because that's what we do around here. I don't just stand around and look at something and go, if you don't make it on your own, kid, I ain't taking care of you. I mean, who does that? That's pretty evil. I mean, if the baby is sickly and the mama is trying, I mean, there's circumstances where you just try your best and you know it's not going to work out. I get that, but I have got viable, thriving, healthy babies. I'm not going to stand around and pick my butt and pick my nose and watch Instagram cooking videos and just hope and pray that it works out. No, I've given it time. I've worked with the mama. I've worked with the babies. I keep trying. At some point, very soon, I have to pull those babies and start ensuring that they're going to get everything that they need, which is going to be probably in about 30 minutes because I'm going to have to move the mama out and then I'm bringing the babies down here. And you're going to see goat kids run all over my kitchen. But you know what? Just like you guys out there, don't let nobody tell you how you need to be up in your kitchen. If you want 8 goat babies running around your feet while you make your cornbread, and if they're healthy and happy and you're managing and whatever, then that's what you do. That's what you do. That's right. Animals are not machines. They are gifts to us from God, for sure. But every time a doe, a cow, a dog, a whatever, every time that as they get older especially, every time they have babies or get bred or whatever they do, is a totally different scenarios. Some of the moms up here that I was very worried about have done awesome. I can't believe it. And then 1 or 2 of them that in the past have kicked butt and taken names, well, one of them had a breech. I pulled a breech baby this week and I pulled a strangled baby this week. I'd say I'm ready for Yellowstone. Let's go. Where's Rip? So I'm just saying, you got to do what works best for you, but I am not just going to because it's not convenient for me or because, you know, I feel like I'm rough. I feel like some of these people feel like they're like rough and tough. Well, yeah. You know, like you've got your rolled cigarette hanging out of your mouth and your chaps on your legs. That's a bunch of crap. Ain't no woman walking around acting stupid like that. You're out here just thriving and trying to make it. Half the dang time us homesteading women are in our dang pajamas out here trying to just make it happen. I ain't walking around like, yeah, I'm Beth Dutton. And that's a bunch of crap. You're just trying to impress people on Instagram and TikTok. Well, guess what? I think Instagram is just what it is, and I'm not even on TikTok. So I'm going to pull my babies, and we're going to raise them, and I'm going to shut up. So there it is. Does anybody else need a breakdown? Do you need my Social Security too? The last time that I, did anything, there's all kinds of scenarios we could go with that. I mean, it is what it is. So the only unfortunate demise that we've had as far as any of these goat babies, if you have watched the videos, the one that was born stillborn, very unfortunate, very unfortunate. The mother now, she's fine. That was like 4 days ago. Okay, I didn't keep her afterbirth from her dead baby and her afterbirth from 4 days ago to come smear on these new ones. That didn't happen. Okay? Who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody. I look at people and I go, have you ever even seen afterbirth? Do you know what that looks like? Do you know why we pick it up? Well, the reason we pick it up and the reason we don't just leave it hanging around for a couple of days is because it attracts predators. That's right. I don't feel like coyote. I don't want to deal with coyotes. Do you know how many coyotes we've got around here? 14 million. Okay? And I don't want them overpowering my Great Pyrenees so that they can come in there and try to get the placenta and then find the babies. You pick that stuff up. You don't just leave it sitting out there because it is a predator attractor. But see, the people think that I'm going to keep this stuff in tubs for days on end. What would that even look like? That is disgusting. And smear it on stuff that y'all don't understand that. Now, like I said before, some of you don't know the timeline of things, but I did try to put timelines on my videos so that you could clearly see all of this started November the 1st. All of this ended, it's still going. It's still going. I'm still doing, it's been a week. So, I know some of you are laughing because I'm going off, and some of you haven't seen the videos. I get you. And one or two of you have gotten your feelings hurt. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's just it's like you just have to tell people. So, yeah, you got to pick that crap up. You don't. I mean, if she doesn't come over and start, I don't. If you let me tell you something. Any of you people out there that've gotten your dairy cow for the first time, okay? And you're going to have to be out there at 3 o'clock in the morning when she's throwing that baby. She may not touch the afterbirth, and let me tell you, it's bigger than the big, it's like this, that stuff is like the size of a beach towel. It is delicious. You've got to go out there and pick it up and put it in a big garbage bag or whatever. That's how big it is. If you were to leave it out there, believe me, the predators in your area will sniff it out. And if you don't have a way to keep your animals further protected from such predators, you are just in for a hurt of trouble. Massive. So yeah, so like when you watch Sandy's videos up in Canada, and I love her channel, a lot of times she has a lot of births going on really close in proximity, really close in time, really close as far as this mom is right. She's got her separate pens. She has a different setup than I do. So the things that she does works for her. With me, in my scenario, the way it went over the last week, that didn't work here. So my goal was to make sure the mama lives and mama's okay and that the babies are eating and thriving. That is my goal. And that's not what I don't want to create more work for myself. Who does, especially right now, but it comes with the territory. So if you're not willing to bottle feed a goat, a lamb, or a calf, then don't breed them, because you're guaranteed it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Odds are really high. Now, if you just have one cow, maybe not. But if you have a couple of cows, or if you have as many goats as I have, that's why I've been preparing for weeks on end. I'm like, I got to get ready for all these goat babies, because all the different scenarios that I didn't even imagine that I would have to deal with a breech or a strangled baby. I've never had that happen. I knew what to do, but I've never had to do that. So now I'm the goat midwife now, I guess. But that's what I saved my does, and I saved the strangled baby. The unfortunate thing is that the breech baby was already passed. So it came out, unfortunately, when it must have passed and it flipped or something. And when she started pushing, it just was awful. Just awful, awful, awful. Okay. So there you go. So there you go. Yeah, you have to be careful with the afterbirth. Even, it depends. Yeah, you can, some people burn it, some people bury it. But see, here's the thing. If you take it out here near your woods and whatever, and you bury it, guess what's coming to dig it up? So, you got to do what works best for you in that scenario. But everybody has got to do, it's just like anything else. It's like me trying to tell people how to raise their child if it's diabetic. I don't have a diabetic baby or child, so I'm shutting up. It's none of my business. Right? So, I mean, I'm just, none of my kids had peanut allergies or were allergic to gluten. So people ask me all the time, they're like, do you have gluten-free recipes? And I'm like, no offense, but no, I don't, because we don't have that problem here. Knock on wood, that could change tomorrow. But, no, but I'm not going to turn around and tell them my opinion on what they should feed their kid, because I have my thoughts on that, but since I don't have real experience in that, I shut my pie hole. So are you doing okay? Are you doing all right? Yeah, you got to get that placenta and afterbirth and all that stuff. You got to get it gone. You can't just, well, I'm going to leave it over here in the corner of the field just in case I might need it in 3 days. You know, you have to understand that when you have 20 goat kids over a 5 to 6 day period, which I did, and I still could have some more. Shogwu, we're debating whether she's bred or not. So, because she hasn't progressed anymore as far as getting bigger, I don't think she's bred. But hey, if she is, great. If she's not, great. If she has the babies and can raise them, that's what I want because she's wonderful. If she gets this far and she gives us a goat baby, if I have to bottle feed it, milk her or whatever, okay. That's what we do. Right? Yeah. Anytime you've got the potential that a predator can take advantage of coming in and just doing what they want to do, and you can attract them, they're going to take advantage of that. And no, I'm not going to overwhelm my Great Pyrenees. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I want to stress my Great Pyrenees out to the highest degree. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky and one of them will actually end up jumping the fence. It would be Enoli if she did it, but I don't think she would. She stands back and guards the babies. But no, that's just not going to happen. Okay. Y'all have commented so much. I know. And somebody's just going to tell me that I'm mean and I'm ugly to my followers. No, I'm not. 99.9% of you are awesome as all get out. And so because you're here, you know that every now and then a YouTuber's like, let me just tell you the real deal. This is why a lot of YouTubers are not making a whole lot of videos right now, or they've closed their channels, or they're just not, they're hanging back and they're talking about like strawberry jam. And the sad thing is even with strawberry jam, they're probably getting criticism from it. They've probably taken the time and made a 120 clip video how to make strawberry jam and can it, and some woman wants to tell them how sugar is killing them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody knows what white sugar does to everybody, okay? Don't you have a toilet to scrub? Shouldn't you do a load of laundry? Do you need to pick your kids up from school because God knows you ain't homeschooling them? I mean, just don't do that to people. I like sugar, okay? When I make strawberry jam, I'm going to put sugar in it. Lots of sugar. Don't make my recipe. No, I'm not going to be cute and all trendy and make you think that I'm going to go pay $25 for a quart of local honey and put the whole dang $25 quart of honey to sweeten my strawberry jam. That's dumb. That is called dumb. That is called don't do that. Okay? I'm going to piss you off. That is stupid. If I have to pay $25 for a sweetener for my strawberry jam, I'm just going to go buy organic strawberry jam and not waste my time and waste all that beautiful honey. That's dumb. Well, I'm sorry if you do that. I mean, I don't mean to offend you, but I think that's silly. I can't believe you'd use all that sugar in that strawberry jam. We only use honey because we're crunchy, munchy, bunchy women. Well, good for you. So now you know what you've done? You've made I'd like to know, if we broke it down, how much your jam is worth. Maybe, I mean, if that's your thing and you're happy, well, that's none of my business. But I don't do that. I think that's silly. So you see what I'm saying? Just let people do what they're going to do. I mean, you know, we got World War III here, and somebody's worried about whether I'm bottle feeding goat babies and how much sugar people are putting in their jams. Get a life. That's dumb. I'm serious. If you came to me and you're like, I'm going to make all this strawberry jam and I'm going to go, I'd be like, why are you wasting that honey? So you're going to put that honey in there and you're going to kill it with the heat, and then what? No. Just like me. I mean, you know, when you go through the process of some of these things that we're doing, like I'm standing back going, okay, I'm not going to breed that girl again. It's a learning curve. And every single time that you have new baby chicks You know, you have new rabbit kits, you have new whatever. Every single time is a learning curve. I had a mom up there. She had babies. Fantastic. Got a bunch of cute little bunnies out of it. This is a couple years ago. So I bred her again. You know what she did the second time? She smothered every single one of them. She did. She did, and then she started eating their feet. Yeah. Could you have predicted that? No. Was that my fault? I hope not. I didn't eat my kids' feet. So this is what I'm saying. You can plan all you want. What you need to do is to prepare, because you cannot predict. You just go ahead and assume things are going to happen and have what you can have to handle the scenarios as best you can. You know, that baby last night that I saved, the strangled baby, y'all, I'm telling you, I've not prayed that hard in a long time. The Lord wanted me on my knees, because that sent my stress level through my eyeballs, because I knew what I was up against. I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try. I've got my vet on standby. And I was willing to call and pay for my vet to come out. But I don't know if the baby probably wouldn't have made it to the time the vet got here. Doubt it. If the vet would have shown up at all. The vet may have put me off till this morning, and I would have had my little doe walking around with her baby's head hanging out. And what are you going to do about that? So I had to make a decision. But I would have never predicted that. No, I didn't. I mean, when you went into labor, did it go exactly how you thought? I doubt it. Mine didn't. None of them. Not one single thing. Well, that's not true, because here's the deal. So the first time I had a baby, I had an emergency C-section. Yeah, because I was like this little doe up here. They told me I was having a 5-pound baby. I had an 8-pound baby that got hung up. And he couldn't come out. I mean, and he was flipped upside down. So they said, your baby's numbers are dropping. Do you want to keep pushing? Well, no, first they turned off the epidural, because I'm one of those women that some people's going to bash because I took an epidural. I did take the epidural, but they turned it off, so it didn't matter. I laid there and pushed for 3 hours with no epidural just about. And then I didn't produce. And so they said, the baby's numbers are dropping. It's your decision. Do you want to keep pushing? But we're advising that you highly consider a C-section. I said, take the baby. I didn't lay there and say, oh, Lord, I'm a bad mother because I'm going to have a C-section. No, the goal was to live, and the goal was to get the baby out so it could live and thrive. Those are the decisions that moms, whether you're a human mama, a goat mama, a dog mama, you do what it takes to make sure the mama survives and that the babies make it out and thrive. Whatever it takes. I don't care. Do it. And for the next 2 babies, I said, I ain't pushing. No, I ain't getting all up in that, because if I had an 8-pound baby the first time, I'll have a 10-pound baby the second time. Look at the daddy. So I said, nope, I'm going to have a C-section, because I do not ever want to go through that trauma again. It wasn't about the surgery. It was about fearing the life. My newborn baby was in NICU for 6 days. No, I don't want to go through that again. No, let's just take the baby. Take the baby. My priority wasn't me walking around with bonus points because I was going to be able to tell everybody that I sat on a ball in a pool in my kitchen and plopped another baby out. No, I didn't care. I wanted to have a healthy baby. Okay? If you want to bounce on a ball and have your babies in your kitchens, or your bathtub, hey, go. I'll be here cheering you on the whole way. That's right. When you're pulling your hair out, I'm going to be like, girl, I got you. Girl, I'm going to catch this baby. If that's what you want. That's not what I wanted. But that doesn't make me a failure of a mother, and it doesn't make me or you a failure of a farmer, because we're choosing to not let something pass, but rather we are choosing to make sure that it lives. Okay. Woo, I feel better now. Work it out. Okay. I've got 16 babies. Somebody asked me. I have 16 babies. I have 16 babies right now. 16 brand new goat babies in the past 5 days. I could end up with 1 or 2 more, but that's debatable. We're watching Show Glue, don't know. Right now I am bottle feeding 6, probably going to end up bottle feeding 8. Okay, I had 2 does that were rejected from their mama completely. Then I have 2 does that their mama loved them to bits. But I've got to milk her. You all, I'm not joking when I tell you that the teats are the size of corn cobs. You think I'm joking? I'm really not. So I went. See, I'm not going to stand around in 25 degree weather and go, I'm just going to wait and see if they latch. I mean, it's 25 degrees, and I want to go back to bed. I didn't do that. Not what we do here. So I'm bottle feeding right now. Let me think of the names because I got so many babies right now. And yes, I named every one of these goat babies. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I had somebody else the other day, 2 days, I just ignored you. I just went, whatever, you're dumb. I named my goat kids. They're my goat kids. If I want to name them, I'm going to name them. At the current moment, no, I'm not selling them. They're mine. I named them. Yes, I did. And I love their names. So I first have, the first babies I brought down here are, I've got Dottie and Dixie. And then I have, I took Pinto Bean and Butterbean. Their mama's great, but I'm not just going to leave them up there. See, here's the thing. When you have to bottle feed, okay, here's one more thing. I'm going to get off here. I don't have to feed till 4 o'clock, so I'm doing good. See, I'm on a schedule. So here's the deal. I am right now, I knew for a fact that I was taking Dottie and Dixie pretty much off the bat. Mom ran off. There was nobody, there was nobody else taking babies at the time. I'm like, okay, it's 25 degrees. Had I not intervened, those babies would have died in the field because she had them, she walked out, she had them in the field, she had them in the dirt, and it was cold as crap. If I had just said, nature, take its course, they would have been dead within probably 10 to 12 minutes. They would have froze to death because they were soaking wet. She kind of licked at, I think, the first one, but the second one, she didn't even like bust the sack off of it. No, it would have froze to death. So I took Dixie and Dottie and Dixie immediately. And I kept an eye on her. She was like running. I was like, I'm not doing this. I am not, it's 25 degrees. They're going to die. We're not going to do this. I'm probably going to have to bottle feed these, James. And he was like, take them to the house, Patera. Take them to the house. And he sits around and he holds little goat babies. And so then I was watching Butterbean and Pinto Bean. See, I left Butterbean and Pinto Bean with the mama for over 2 days. But see, I had to go up there and take the colostrum every 2 hours and then milk her so that they would, and so I was giving them their feed, their milk or whatever during the time in which I was hoping that they would latch to her. And we worked with that. And finally I said, okay, this is the deal. I've already got 2 babies down at the house and I'm getting them on a schedule. See, I'm on a schedule. I'm on a schedule as far as how many. I'm going to do 4 feedings a day at this time to this date, and then I move down to 3. So what I'm trying to do is I was like, okay, if I feel I'm going to take this second set, I want to put them on the same schedule as the original 2. Does that make sense? So therefore, they're all eating the same amount at the same time, during the same time period. It keeps that keeps their schedule in line. So I'm going to be feeding 4 times a day until a week from Saturday, and then I move down to 3 feedings a day. So I was like, this is great. I've got 4 babies. This is going to be awesome. I love it. Okay, I had that going. Well, then Coco decided to plop her babies out there. And her teats And she was loving on them. She was loving on her babies. I got to give her credit. She fully licked them, bathed them, cleaned them, dried them, had them in the sunshine right here because we went to bed and we were like, okay, she looks, okay. I was like, James, I don't know. I think she looks pretty good. I think we'll make it till morning. Nope, she had them. So she had them in the sunshine and they were sitting up. Well, guess what? Her teats also are the size of like corn cobs. So I really worked with that one. They won't latch. These two girls, they will not latch to them. And so it's a little buck. I named him Bucky. I know. He's white. He is so beautiful. And then his sister, I named her Buttons. And they're real big. They're huge. They look like little woolly mammoths. They're bigger than the others. And I just said, okay, I'm not going to fuss with this. I can't have starving babies. So I was like, okay, we're on a schedule. Let's go. So that's why those things go like that. You're living in Africa. I milk my goats. I made a video. I'll tell you what, Trisha, I made a video with I answered all these questions about my goats, selling goats, eating goats, feeding goats, milking goats. About 5 days ago, I did an entire video with the persimmon forecast, and I answered all of your goat questions. So if y'all want to go back, I'm not trying to ignore you and your questions, but I actually addressed this prior to me having these babies, and so due to time, I'm not going to go over that right here. So there's a whole video. Half the video is me answering the questions of what do we do with our goats? Why do I have goats? All that stuff. So there's that. Bucky, he's so cute. He's a little bit slower. So at the house right now, I have 6 goats, 5 doelings, and 1 buckling, and he is to die for. He looks just like his mama. He does. He's all white, and then some of it's white. He's in the middle of his belly. It's as white as snow. He's gonna be a big boy. But I've had to work with him a little bit more on. They're taking the bottle for the first time today. I was syringe feeding them, and then now they're taking the bottle. So they're doing good. Okay, I'm gonna break. We're having spaghetti for dinner. I'm gonna go check my barn. It's 80 degrees. It sure is. It's 80 degrees. This is perfect weather. I love it. And I just want to thank you for watching, and thank you for letting me get this off my chest. I think 99% of you are like, I feel the same way. I'm putting sugar up in that jam. I know you are. I know you are. You're like, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being patient with us. I just honestly could not get a video up during that time. And I told you it's going to be busy. I mean, we had every goat it took less than 6 days. We had all the goats pretty much. And for 2 nights in a row when it got really cold, it was really weird. We were beautiful. We snapped into that cold, and now we're at 80 degrees. I know, it's crazy. But that was very trying. And like I said, I mean, it wouldn't have been as bad if the weather had been like this the whole time. You're just fighting the elements. Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you all. Oh, son, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me rant a little bit. I appreciate it. Well, I mean, that's got to get old to you too. I know every single one of you have probably, just for, craps and giggles, you've put a post up like you made a pecan pie. And then you're posting can you imagine? People are such piss ants at sometimes. You're on your social media and you've made this beautiful pecan pie or chocolate pie for Thanksgiving that's coming up. And you show your beautiful pictures and you share your recipe for some dorkomatic to turn around and criticize how much sugar you use, or that's not how my grandmother did it. No one cares. No one cares. No, I don't care. Do you care? No, I just want to know how you made that beautiful pie right there, Mama. I'm not going to tell you that my mama made it better. And I'm not going to tell you you're going to become a type 2 diabetic. Girl, slice me a big old piece of that and put a bunch of whipped cream on it. You got any coffee? I'll make the coffee. You want me? I'll do it. Don't be buttholes to people. You know you did. When somebody does that to you, immediately ban and delete them. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I can't stand that crap. So if you do, I mean, so that I know somebody's gonna say, don't tell them that, because then you'll have somebody do it. I just ban and delete people. Even in my personal life, I'm like, if the best you can do is be negative and criticize the pecan pie, I don't need you in my life. The world is on fire. Okay? Jesus could come back tomorrow. I want to know I had a pecan pie in my gut before I go to heaven. You know? I mean, seriously. If I want, after this is all done tonight, you know what? I'll tell you what. I might not cook spaghetti tonight. I might not. I might feed these babies, check my barn, look around and go, heck yeah, get in the car. We're going to go get a Wendy's hamburger. Yes, I am. And I want extra salt on my fries, and I want the large Frosty because I'm going to dip them. Who cares? Why do you care? I think what's happened is people have been on social media too long and they believe people's lies. I love seeing, this is why we don't lie about, do I go to the grocery store? Heck yeah, I do. Yeah, I eat ice cream. My husband yeah. Look at my husband's got a big old Santa belly. I love it. I think it's sexy. I do. He's growing a Santa beard. You got these homesteading people out here with all these videos that stand around with pot guts and they try to act like they're vegan and all organic and all they eat are, comfrey leaves. They lie. They're lying to you. They go down to the Subway and they get a foot-long meatball sub about every day. It's a lie. So now people sit around, they watch these lies and they're like, well, you're not supposed to do it that way. What? They're lies. Lies. I don't grow all my food. I don't live off grid. Okay. And I bottle feed my goat kids. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be 47. Yeah. I ain't got no Botox going on up in this junk. I haven't washed my hair in 3 days. There ain't no lie here. Nope. Huh. So, yeah, I'm like, stop lying to people. Go get your meatball sub and shut up. Yeah, Matt, let me say this. Okay, we're gonna have fun. You know in the movie, School of Rock, and he calls the girl turkey sub. Oh my God. We're gonna call him meatball sub now. Okay, meatball sub. Sure. I know. Listen, just like you ladies out there, I've been married for 27 years. I know what a man looks like when he likes to go have meatball subs every now and then. I'm married to one. I can identify you from way across the way. Okay? Okay? We know what you do. Don't lie. I mean, listen, I was complaining about my little belly fat. I was. Let me tell you why. Because I finally started jogging again yesterday and today. And I told James, I said, I haven't been sleeping. I've been eating like crap. I actually started drinking coffee again. And I think I've put on 5 pounds in 4 days. So I know what this stuff does to us. You do too. Don't let these people play you for a fool. Shh. That's right. Donut. I saw that. I got you, Snickers. I eat Snickers. I bought a whole giant $10 bag of candy last week right before Halloween. Yes, I did. I got the one with the Tootsie Rolls, and I got the one with Snickers. Did I buy 2 actually? How did I get? Did I? No, I bought Tootsie Rolls and stuff for Gabriel, and then I got some stuff with like Snickers. Honey, I was eating them Snickers. I love Snickers. I was like, yeah. I almost named a goat. Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If this last goat doe has a baby, I'm going to name it Snickers, whether it's a doe or no matter what it is. If it has 3 eyeballs and 2 hooves, I'm going to name it Snickers, just to celebrate the sugar. I am. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So just hold me to it because I'm going to do it. I love Snickers. You know, as a kid, they did really good, though, when we were kids, you know it. Because for a long time, they were like back, you know, us kids, us people that were actually alive during the 80s, they would have commercials trying to fool us into thinking that Snickers were healthy. You know, when you're on the go, you got to have a Snickers. Yeah, I took the bait. I'm still there. I'm there. I am there. Snickers, honey. Woo, I love Mars bars too. I love I have a Mars. Well, you should know that I have a named one Mars bar. I did. Well, I mean, I had to. His sister came out and she looked like a little alien. Venus, have you seen her? Oh my gosh, she is to die for. She's beautiful. And she's got this like painted, she looks like she should be like on Star Trek or something. I'm not joking. Totally not lying. I told James, I said, I'm naming her Venus. I started singing Bananarama. I felt good about it. Goddess on the mountaintop. I mean, I was doing it. And James was like, and I said, he's like, well, what are you going to name her brother? I said, Mars bar. I got my little, hey, aliens, we found out aliens are real. I'm going to do it. We're going to go for space tech here. She does. She's like this. Little Venus. I love her. I love her. Paydays are good. I like them. Well, listen, guys, I've been here an hour. Didn't mean to sit here this long, but I had to let it go. I had to let it all out. I had to. Just pick your battles right now, y'all. Okay? Pick your battles. I had somebody trying to get all argument. I mean, I can't, I'm serious. I do really good. I know you don't think I do, but I actually do pretty good. You can ask my husband. I'll let him be my witness. He's like, if you saw all the comments people make, 98.9% are great, but there is always that one, and you go, your mama dropped you on your head, didn't she? She did. How'd you land? Did she drop you, or did you just flop out of the crib? What side did you hit first? Because you hit your head. You know. Whatever. Yeah, just calm down. Go get your Mars bar and Snickers and go get you a meatball sub. I don't like meatball subs, so I'm okay with sharing that. I don't. Oh, Buckeyes. Oh, you're talking about the little candy. You're talking about the ones you make with the peanut butter, and then you dip them in the oh, God. I could eat 12 at a time. I'm not joking. It's bad. That's bad. Oh, no. My mama used to make them at Christmas time. I can see her right now dipping them little things. Honey, I'd eat them things as fast as I could. I loved that. As a kid, yes. Buckeyes, man, I'd be your girlfriend for some Buckeyes. I tell James all the time, I'm like, I'm the cheapest date there is. Just get me a sub, a wrap sub from Jersey Mike's. Throw me a Snickers. Honey, you've got it made, baby. The babies right now are all cuddled up asleep in the 80-degree sunshine on my patio. I have patio goats. Yeah, it's the new trend. I could start yoga with them. We can do yoga. Yeah. Yes. They are. They're right there asleep. So listen, I'm going to get ready to go get ready for my next feeding because I'm trying to stick to the 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock. See, I have to feed 4 times a day. So I'm trying to eat around those times. It's never perfect, but within 30 minutes of all of that. And then right now they're so little. They're so little. They're smaller than my cat. So I have them in a huge tub, and they love to lay together. They lay and they do their head over, all that. And you're like, are you breathing? All that. And they cuddle up with each other. What if I'll have to make it 2 tubs in a couple of days because they'll start growing. So then but they're in my den. And then I get them out, and then they flop around, and they come outside, and I feed them, and it's fun. They're so sweet. Oh, Joyce, what are you doing to me? Joyce is talking about Almond Joy. Well, listen, my husband is calling me. He probably feels my blood pressure got too high, so he's probably checking on me. Or he wants to know where all the Snickers went. I don't know. Guys, I love you all. Thank you for letting me vent and us having this time together. There's a bunch of you here. Look, 1,100 thumbs up. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up. I love you. Mounds. Oh, my gosh. Debbie, my great-great-grandmother. Well, you know why she loved Mounds? She didn't have any teeth. She didn't have a tooth. So she couldn't eat Almond Joy. She loved coconut pies, coconut cake. I love it too. It's awful. I mean, I could like bathe in it. And so she liked Almond Joys because it has the milk chocolate, but she couldn't eat them because she didn't have any teeth. Okay? She didn't. Not a single tooth in that woman's head. Not one bit. So she ate Mounds instead because she liked the dark chocolate. But there was no almond in there to be like, she couldn't. I'm telling you, if you didn't grow up with a great-great-granny that didn't have any teeth and had snuff running down her face, you just haven't been. And you know what? I swear that woman has had the biggest impact on my life because, number one, she loved to milk goats. She milked goats. Ask my Nana. She was a goat milker. She had that. I think hers were Alpines, though. And she had an Alpine. We've got pictures of my great-great-grandmother on her back patio. I'm going to find that picture. She was on her back patio of her little tiny house. And they would bring the goat up to the back patio and she would milk it. And my great uncle, as a little tiny kid, he's milking it. My Nana's in the picture, her siblings are in the picture, and there's her grandma milking a goat off the patio. Anybody gonna complain? That was like 1945. Mamaw did what she had to do, honey, to get the milk in the house. She didn't care. But she also was a midwife. I told my husband, I said, I swear, nobody has had a bigger impact on me than my great-great-grandmother because I'm doing everything she's did. I said, but I still have my teeth. She didn't have any teeth, y'all. She did. She never had teeth. She had them pulled. They were gone. Bless it. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I love you. So listen, I've got goat videos 1 and 2 up. I've got a video that I'm uploading right now to explain some other things that happened during this 5-day period. I'm sure you've noticed by now that I'm in a different vehicle because in the midst of all of this stuff, I'll just tell you, I'm just going to tell you one tidbit. My husband and son were in a bad car wreck. They are okay, but my vehicle is not. Probably going to be totaled. My husband on Friday, we got to a breaking point and he said, Patera, I'm going to shower. I'm going to run to town. I'm going to get, do we need anything from the store? And I was like, we're probably going to need more whole milk, And he said, I'm going to get some sandwiches so you don't have to cook. I said, okay. My youngest son said, I'm going to go with Dad and I'm going to help him. I said, that's fine. I don't need any help right now. That's good. So they were gone. They were gone for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and they called, and a lady, they were driving on the highway, and a lady pulled out and just, I don't know what she was thinking. Could have killed him. James said you should see the picture of my car. She smashed the whole front side end in. Luckily, Gabriel, for whatever reason, was sitting in the back. He didn't sit in the passenger seat. She slammed into the passenger seat and the wheel. It's all come in. Everything's come in. James said it rocked him up onto 2 wheels. He said if I'd been in my truck, which is normally, he never drives my car. I don't know what in the world. He normally just takes his truck. He said, Patera, she would have flipped us over. We would have rolled. We would have rolled. So in the middle of all of this crap, that's just one thing that happened. I had to pack everything up and go get my husband, and praise God that my husband and my youngest child weren't in the hospital or worse. So this is what I'm saying. Everything happens at one time, and you have to do the best that you can, as calmly as you can at that time. It may not be what somebody else thinks you should do or what they say they would or would not do, but they're not in your moment. They're not in that. They're not in your moment. They're not. If my husband had been in a car wreck or worse, I mean, he was, but worse, ain't none of these people criticizing me, the two women that criticized me about bottle feeding my babies, see, they wouldn't be here helping me grieve the loss of my husband potentially and help me with my new goat babies. No, they would just stand in their kitchen and look at their iPhones while they're eating, whatever, and complain. Remember that. That's why I'm like, you're not here. I can't criticize you because I'm not there. I can give my opinion, I think, if you ask for it. But that's not what people need to be doing right now. We need to be more compassionate. We need to be trying to help people and encourage people because crap happens to people every single moment. Yes. So my vehicle is probably totaled. It's that bad. It's that bad. It pushed the wheel all the way in. We think it broke the train of the car or whatever it's called, probably into the transmission. They couldn't. It's so bad that when the wrecker came to get it, they had to just like drag the vehicle. The wheels won't go. They had to drag it up onto there. So James said that she hit them. They went up and they came back, and her car just kind of wheeled over. She's okay too. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And he just said he just kept skidding. Here's what's so amazing. He flipped, he went up on his side and he skid into there was a turn lane there. The rest of the highway doesn't even have a turn lane. So here's what I'm saying. God's protection was all over James and Gabriel because I told him, I said, do you realize that if she had pulled out just a little further ways down and hit you like that because she wasn't paying attention, she could have knocked you into oncoming traffic, and the speed limit here is 55. You would have been, not only would you potentially have been hit from the side and you were pushed and you were still going forward, but you were knocked over in the next lane, you could have been hit head on. You would have been dead. And if you'd been in his truck, he probably would have flipped and then gone that way and been hit. So I'm telling you right now, I ain't in the mood for nobody right now. You don't know that, but you know it now. But that's true. So that's coming up in my next video. We're dealing with the insurance and all the hot mess with all of that. So I don't ask for a lot, but if you want to whisper a prayer on that, because the lady is actually lying. The lady that hit, James was like on the phone yesterday going, she said what? He's going to pick up the report today, but people lie. That's what I'm saying. So I'm sorry, ma'am. The entire front end of your car that because you were you pulled over. What she did is she pulled over on the side of the highway. So she would be to your right. James said he saw her. He said, I saw her. She was sitting on that long stretch right there. He said, I was just tooting along. We were going. Next thing I knew, it was bam. And she started going, and then she was going to make a U-turn. She was going to go back the other way. And when she turned, guess who she hit? Hard. Yeah, that could have been bad. So, anyway, Lord had us. All right, well, guys, I'm going to break. I love you. Okay? So, this is what I'm saying. People don't have time for stupid stuff. There's too much going on in the world and in people's personal lives. We got to be positive. We got to look at the silver lining. We got to keep moving. We got to keep praying. If somebody don't be fooling with people that are criticizing you and making you miserable. If they don't like the way you make a pecan pie, it's called unfriend, block, and get a life. Okay? Because your mind, my mind, your mind, everybody's mind right now and hearts are on edge all the time. So stupid stuff, we ain't got time for. Right? That's right. That's right. All right. I don't know all this. I know. All right. I love y'all. I will talk to you later. I've got that other video coming up. And I'm going to make a cute little goat video, I think. And then we'll get back to talking about all the shenanigans of the world, I guess. So, I've been trying to keep up with most of what's going on over the past couple of days. But I will tell you, taking a couple of days to be distracted with life, real life has been a good, we're exhausted, it's been a good mental break, because these are the things that God glorifies, and these are the things that God has given us And it's testing us with too. I felt that. I felt that. I felt that. All right, I love y'all. One or two of you out there don't believe it. Well, I mean, come on. Be nice to people. Stop being silly. You can be mean to me, but you're going to do it only twice, a first and a last. I'm not going to tolerate it. So people get mad. People think that they can just come to your home, come on to your YouTube, come into your life. People just think they can say, see, over the past couple of years especially, people have been taught that they don't have to have boundaries. And so therefore, respect has left the arena. And then they try to disguise that underneath the whole flag of freedom of speech. Yeah, you got the right to say what you want, but doesn't mean you're going to say it here. You have the right to be stupid too, but you ain't going to do it here. Don't let them fool you. All right. Have a beautiful day. Beautiful. Love you. We'll have more videos coming. And thank you. I don't know who sent that, but thank you. I see that. Thank you so much. It doesn't tell me who. Thank you. All right. I love you. I'll catch up with you. All right. Bye.